Define generative study settings. In this video, we'll activate preview technology and we'll define study resolution. In Fusion 360, we want to carry on with our generative suspension design, and we want to make sure that we do add the connector obstacles for the mounting points at the chassis as well as the ball joint at the spindle and the wheel. If you had any difficulty adding these, then make sure that you do upload the supplied dataset generative suspension v3.f3d. With this design, we are not going to be solving it in the course, so there's no need to make sure that everything is exactly right, but this is a great opportunity to play around with the tools, make sure that we understand their applications. When we're setting up the design space, the area in which we are telling Fusion 360 that it can operate and explore different outcomes, we want to make sure that we do understand and represent all the things that we need to keep or preserve and all the things that we need to avoid. So in this case, all the red that we see are obstacles. These are areas where we are not allowed to build. There is one more thing that we can define, and that's called the starting shape. In our case, all of our preserve geometry, the green regions, all have line of sight with each other. This means that they are able to come up with a solution and begin building out those outcomes. If we were in an instance where we couldn't have a line of sight between all of these, we need to make sure that we do include a starting shape. Or if you want to have more control over the build area, then oftentimes you can use that starting shape to begin the definition and start those outcomes generating in that area. For our purposes, the next step is going to actually be to go into our study settings. But before we do, we always want to make sure that we go to our user preferences and that we identify any preview features that are available. We're going to do this by navigating to generative design and take a look at die casting, experimental generative solvers, and note that there is a fluid option that allows us to take a look at fluid problems. We're going to be exploring these through our course, so we want to make sure that we turn all of those on and select apply. Once we do that, those options will become available to us in generative design. From here, we now want to take a look at study settings. When we go to study settings, you'll note that we have a resolution slider, alternative outcomes, and remove rigid body modes. When we take a look at these options, the slider is going to dictate the mesh resolution of the solve. If we have this closer to the core side, the mesh elements are going to be larger, which means that the results will calculate faster, but oftentimes the resolution of that is not going to give us fine detail. So if we're expecting to use the outcome as an actual 3D design, then we want to make sure that we weigh the pros and cons of having a faster solve or having a higher resolution end result. If you're going to be exporting a mesh body from the outcome, then it's always a good idea to make sure that this is at least in the middle or somewhere in the middle, so that way the mesh resolution is high enough to provide a good outcome. For the purposes of this setup, we're going to have it right in the middle, which will be a good mix of speed of a solve and the mesh resolution for the outcomes. I'm also going to turn on this option for alternative outcomes. This is great because it allows it to use the experimental solver and gives us more outcomes to review. Lastly, there's an inertial relief option for removing rigid body modes. We're not going to be using that in this example, and again, we're not going to actually be solving this. Remove rigid body modes can be extremely helpful if we have an under-constrained model. Now, in this case, we don't actually have a design as if we were doing a simulation, but we do have our preserved geometry. That preserved geometry, or those green regions that we see on the screen, can be underdefined in terms of their constraints. So in some cases, depending on the model and the geometry we're working with, we might want to remove those rigid body modes. That'll add inertial relief to the simulation solve, and that means that we don't have to fully constrain the model. We can allow it some flexibility, and those inertial reliefs will help us constrain the model but still get valid outcomes. At this point, we have set up our preview functionality and we've looked at our study settings. So let's make sure that we go back to a home view. And at this point, let's make sure that we save before moving on.